So today, we're going to break down a prayer, but maybe not in the way you'd expect. We're going to treat this thing like a strategic blueprint. It's this really fascinating mix of, ancient faith and some very, very modern, high-stakes ambition. Let's dig in and see how it's built. Right off the bat, this line, this is the key to the whole thing. It's not just about, avoiding trouble. The idea here is to take something specifically designed to harm you and literally turn it into a tool for your own success. It sets up this incredibly powerful theme. You don't just survive attacks, you actually profit from them.
Okay, so first up, a shield against harm. Before anything else can happen, the prayer builds this foundation of total spiritual security.
And this protection isn't vague at all. It's actually surprisingly specific. The prayer calls out malice from three totally different angles. Your obvious enemies, yeah, but also unpredictable strangers, and maybe most importantly, from those cloaked in religion. It's basically a 360-degree spiritual security system covering threats you see coming and those you don't.
The end goal here is pretty clear: complete and total invincibility. The prayer wants to neutralize not just physical threats, the weapon, but also attacks on your reputation, the tongue, gossip and slander. It's a bold declaration that nothing, whether it's an action or a word, can actually work against you.
All right, section 2. From curses to crowns. Now we're moving past just simple defense and into something way more active, transformation. And see, this isn't just about wishing away bad vibes. The prayer lays out a really methodical 4-step process. You can almost think of it like a kind of spiritual alchemy. First, you consciously reject the attack. Then, you strip it of its power. After that, you purify the negative intent behind it, and then the final step, you transform that now neutralized energy into a blessing for yourself. It's literally a playbook for turning poison into power.
And just look at the results of that process. It's a direct one-for-one conversion. Curses are literally flipped to become crowns. Hate is turned into honor. And like we saw right at the beginning, traps become stepping stones. In this system, every single attack is just raw material for your next victory.
But the prayer doesn't stop at just neutralizing the attack. It also has a plan for the attacker. It includes this really striking clause for, let's call it karmic justice. Anyone who knowingly sends you harm will get it sent back to them, multiplied 100 times over. I mean, that is a serious deterrent.
It even has what you could almost call a spiritual no return to sender clause. This detail is designed to make sure that karmic boomerang flies directly back to where it came from, guaranteeing that the person praying is completely firewalled from any kind of blowback. It's just incredibly precise.
Now for part 3, the divine multiplier. So, with all the defenses up and running, the prayer shifts gears into proactive, full-on abundance.
And right here, the whole idea of money gets completely reframed. Spending is no longer a loss. In this view, every single dollar that goes out is an investment, a seed that is absolutely guaranteed to come back. And not just come back, but to return multiplied.
So, what kind of multiplication are we talking about here? Not double, not 100 times, 1,000,000 times. Yeah, the request is for an absolutely mind-boggling return. It's operating in a divine economy that, apparently, has no upper limits.
So how in the world does a million-fold return happen? Well, according to the prayer, it's not going to come from your 9-to-5 job. It comes from unexpected sources and divine appointments. It's this belief in divinely engineered luck, in opportunities and connections that seem to create wealth out of nowhere. And that brings us to the final section, a legacy of favor. This is where the requests really expand, going from personal gain to something permanent and generational. I mean, this isn't just a simple request anymore. It's a whole blueprint for a perfect life. And look what it covers. Everything. We're talking radiant health, great relationships, wisdom that surpasses legends, being able to give to charity at the highest levels, even access to cutting-edge technology. And it's all built on a foundation of wealth that lasts for generations.
And this line, this might be the most revealing one in the entire prayer. It explicitly asks for the name and the brand to be honored for eternity, and get this, both online and offline. This is ancient faith being aimed squarely at a 21st century goal,
creating a permanent legacy of digital and physical immortality.
So when you step back, what we've really seen is this incredible fusion. Ancient ideas about spiritual protection getting blended with very modern ambitions for wealth, influence, and even brand building. And it kind of leaves us with this big question, right? What does this mix tell us about what we value and how we chase